Ever get that feeling, that nagging sense that no matter how hard you work, how much you earn, you're still stuck? Like you're on a treadmill, chasing something just out of reach while your stress levels are through the roof? Well, think about this. In a recent survey, nearly half of adults said money has a negative impact on their mental health, and 56% of financially stressed employees admitted it affected their sleep. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. But what if the problem isn't just about how much money you have, but how you think about it? We live in a world that just screams more. More stuff, more status, more experiences to post online. We're constantly seeing images of what success should look like, and it almost always involves piling things up. So we chase the next pay rise, the bigger house, the newer car. We tell ourselves, once I get that, then I'll be happy. Then I'll feel secure. But how often does that then actually show up? More often than not, the goalposts just shift. The new purchase brings a short-lived thrill, quickly replaced by the desire for something else. This isn't just a feeling, it's a cycle. A cycle of wanting, acquiring, and still feeling that underlying dissatisfaction or worse, anxiety. And this pressure, it's huge. Studies show that money is a leading cause of stress for so many people, even more so than personal health or work. This constant pursuit can leave us feeling exhausted, unfulfilled, and trapped in a loop where our financial lives seem to control us, instead of the other way around. We're so busy trying to keep up, to get more, that we rarely stop to ask if this is what we truly want, or if it's even making us happy. At the heart of this cycle is a big misunderstanding, a kind of illusion society feeds us, the belief that piling up external things automatically means internal well-being. We're taught to believe that a higher net worth equals a happier life. But the truth, as so many of us find out, is a lot more complicated than that. Chasing more often comes with a hefty price tag, not just in dollars, but in our time, our energy, and our peace of mind. Think about the mental load. The more we own, the more we have to manage, maintain, and frankly, worry about. The more complex our financial lives become, the more likely we are to feel stressed and overwhelmed. And let's be real, financial stress isn't just some passing worry. It has real impacts on our health, relationships, and overall quality of life. It can lead to sleep problems, anxiety, and even depression. We're basically swapping our peace today for some future dream that might never happen, or if it does, it might not feel as amazing as we thought. This isn't to say money isn't important. It absolutely is. It's a vital tool. But when chasing more money and more stuff becomes the main goal, we can lose track of why we even need that tool, which is to build a life that feels genuinely good and meaningful. So, what's the alternative? If the endless chase for more is a broken model, where do we turn? The answer isn't some fancy new financial product or a super complicated investment plan. It's all about a basic shift in how we think. It's about embracing a minimalist approach to personal finance. Now, when you hear minimalism, you might picture stark white rooms or owning only a handful of things. And yeah, that's one way it looks, but financial minimalism goes way deeper. It's about choosing to be intentional and simple instead of just collecting more stuff. It's a conscious decision to line up your financial resources, your money, your time, your energy, with what truly matters to you. It's about designing a financial life that supports your well-being, rather than takes away from it. And this isn't about depriving yourself, it's about freeing yourself. It's about asking, how can my money serve my life? Instead of, how can I get more money? This shift is powerful. It takes you from being just a consumer, always reacting to what everyone else is doing, to being someone who actively and intentionally designs your financial world and really your whole life. So the first big step in this mindset makeover is to rethink what wealth actually means to you. Society tends to tell us wealth is all about the numbers, how big your bank account is, what your stuff is worth. But this minimalist way of thinking about money, it questions that limited view. From this angle, real wealth is so much more. It's about freedom. The freedom from crushing debt, the freedom to make choices that aren't just about financial need. It's about security, that deep down peace you feel when you know you have enough, your basic needs are covered, and you've got a cushion for surprises. And it's about time, probably our most valuable resource, the one thing we can't get back. Having more of it for relationships, hobbies, learning, or just enjoying the moment. This redefinition means valuing experiences over an ever-increasing pile of possessions. It's realizing that a quiet afternoon with people you care about, or the pride of learning something new, can be worth way more than the newest gadget. Money becomes a tool to help create these richer experiences and this deeper sense of security, not an end in itself. When you start seeing wealth in these broader terms, your financial decisions naturally begin to shift. You stop just chasing numbers and start building a life that's genuinely rich in things that actually make you feel good. Alright, so once you've expanded how you see wealth, the next step is intentional spending. This is where the ideas really hit the road in your everyday life. Intentional spending means making sure every dollar you spend is a deliberate choice that lines up with what you truly value and where you want to go in life. It's the total opposite of mindless consumption driven by impulse, trends, or what everyone else is doing. It all starts by getting crystal clear on your core values. What truly matters to you? Is it family, creativity, learning, health, community, or independence? Really take a moment to think about it. Once you have that clarity, you can use these values as a filter for your spending decisions. Before making a purchase, especially a big one, ask yourself, does this line up with my values? Does this genuinely add lasting value to my life, or is it just a passing want? And look, this isn't about being a super strict budgeter who never enjoys anything. It's about making empowered choices. It's about saying a big yes to the things that truly enrich your life and a confident no to the things that don't. Often this means telling the difference between what you need and what you want, a basic idea in personal finance, but now you're looking at it through the filter of your own values. You might choose to spend generously on experiences that create lasting memories, or invest in tools that support your passions, while effortlessly cutting back on things that you realize were just filling a void or meeting someone else's expectations. Living below your means then becomes a natural result, not some painful sacrifice, because your spending has a real purpose. If this idea of intentionality is sparking something in you, or if you've already started making shifts in how you view your finances, I'd love to hear about it. Why not pause for a sec and share one value that you want your spending to reflect more? Drop it in the comments below. It's a great way to solidify your own intentions and inspire others. And if you're finding this helpful, a quick like on the video would be amazing. Okay, principle number 3 is all about actively making your financial life simpler. It's easy to think that complex equals sophisticated, right? So we end up with tons of bank accounts, a wallet stuffed with credit cards, super complicated investments, and stacks of financial papers we don't even get. This mess doesn't just cause practical problems, it creates mental clutter and a whole lot of anxiety. But a minimalist approach to money? It's all about simplicity. Think about streamlining. Can you consolidate bank accounts? Maybe cut down on the number of credit cards, sticking to just 1 or 2 that actually give you benefits that match how you spend? Automating things like bill payments, savings, and investments can seriously cut down on the brain power you use for everyday money stuff. This isn't about sticking your head in the sand with your finances. It's about setting up systems that work for you, smoothly, and almost without you noticing. The beauty of simplification is the clarity it brings. When things are less cluttered financially, it's way easier to see where your money's going, check how you're doing on your goals, and make smart choices. And less financial complexity? That directly means less stress. You get back all that mental energy that was tied up in money worries and paperwork, so you can focus on things that matter more to you. Imagine how good it would feel to know your financial house is in order, not because it's super complicated, but because it's beautifully simple and it just works. Now, this next one might just be the most profound and game-changing principle: embracing the idea of enough. This is all about finding contentment with what you've got, instead of always chasing more. It's a direct hit against that story we're always told that happiness is just one more purchase away. Enough isn't some fixed number, it's a personal realization. It's understanding that real satisfaction doesn't come from a mountain of stuff or an ever-growing paycheck, but from appreciating the good things already in your life. A big part of this is actively practicing gratitude. When you regularly take a moment to appreciate what you have, your health, your relationships, your skills, your home, however humble it is, that constant itch for more starts to fade. Now, this doesn't mean giving up on goals or becoming stagnant. You can still have goals and strive for growth, but you're striving from a place of already feeling content, not from feeling like something's missing. When you operate from a mindset of enough, you make decisions with less desperation and more clarity. You're not so easily tempted by impulse buys or letting your lifestyle creep up, because you're not trying to fill an emotional hole with stuff. You find joy in simplicity, in the quality of your experiences, and in the richness of your relationships, rather than in the quantity of your possessions. This switch from feeling like you never have enough to feeling abundant with what enough is for you, that's where real financial peace often starts. Switching to this minimalist money mindset isn't just some mental exercise. It brings real, solid benefits that spread through every part of your life. The most immediate and noticeable is often a big drop in stress and anxiety. When your finances are simpler, purposeful, and in line with your values, that constant background noise of money stress starts to quiet down. This leads to better sleep, improved mental health, and an overall sense of calm. And it's not just less stress. You also get more financial freedom. By living on less than you make and focusing on what's truly important, you open up more choices for yourself. You might be able to pursue work that is more meaningful, even if it pays less. You might have the freedom to take a sabbatical, invest in further education, or retire earlier. This isn't about becoming rich in the traditional sense, it's about becoming rich in choices. You'll also notice you have more time and energy. Spending less time hunting for deals, dealing with clutter, or stressing over complicated finances means more time for your hobbies, your people, and your own growth. And speaking of relationships, less money stress can mean getting along better with the people you love. Money's a common reason for arguments, right? So when you and your partner are on the same page with a simpler, intentional approach, it can actually make your relationship stronger. At the end of the day, this mindset shift is about building a life that's not just financially stable, but also truly fulfilling and true to who you are. This journey to a new money mindset, it's definitely ongoing. It's about progress, not perfection. What's one principle from today that resonated most with you? Or what's one small step you can take this week to move towards more intentionality with your finances? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. If you want to explore more about living intentionally and creating a financial life that genuinely supports you, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. This financial mindset shift we've been talking about, moving from just accumulating to being intentional, from complexity to simplicity, from always chasing more to finding enough, it really can change everything. It's not a quick fix or some magic pill, but a deliberate, continuous practice of lining up your financial life with what truly matters to you. Remember, money is a powerful tool, but it's just that, a tool. It's supposed to work for you, helping you build a life filled with purpose, freedom, and contentment. By adopting these minimalist principles, you're not just managing your money differently, you're taking back control of your life. You're choosing peace of mind instead of constant stress and real fulfillment instead of those short-lived thrills. The road to financial well-being isn't paved with more things, but with more intention. Start today. Make that shift. You deserve a financial life that supports your best life.